I have been procrastinating. I've been laying here in this bed next to me, scrolling on my phone, putting something off that I have been having to do. And and I have been really good about procrastination, especially this last year. I used to be the worst procrastinator ever. Like I would actually wait until like with assignments, I would literally wait until the point where I would have to stay up all night with energy drinks doing an assignment the night before and then turning the paper in class. Like that's how bad it was. I would wait that long or just not even finish. Um but I've got to the point where I'm usually pretty damn good about it this past year especially. Um but I'm not perfect. And today has been rough. So instead of me just like doing what I normally do to get myself out of it and doing it, I decided to do that stuff, but also tell you guys like what I've done to, because the state I'm in now, you can tell like I actually have some energy right now. 10 minutes ago, no, okay? It did not. So I kind of want to explain my process for getting myself to do things when I don't feel like it. Um, it's been really life changing for me because I'm just I'm more productive, and the reason being more productive matters to me is because like I have things I want to do in this life before I die. Like I exist, which is so crazy, so cool, so awesome. So I want to like be able to like put my mind to the things that I want to do while I'm here. You know? So anyways, let's get into it. Um First thing I want to explain my situation a little bit. Uh I There has been something that I needed to finish for a very long time, and I've waited and waited and waited and waited, and now it's to the point where, guess what? It is midnight right now. I have to stay up and do this. I have to, and I have waited all day, but I have to do it. And this is it. Like I said, like I haven't put myself into this situation in a while, and it sucks, but I have to do it. And you know what was the first thing that I had to get over in order to get myself into a state where I can do it? The first thing is self-compassion, because here's a big reason why I was in bed on my phone for so long is because I was mad at myself. I was like, how did you let yourself get into this situation, Travis? Like, why did you wait this long? And then I was mad at myself for like how I was currently handling the situation, and you're still in bed. You should be working on it right now, but you're not. Why aren't you doing that? And I would just get in my head about this to the point where I'm like stuck in bed. It's like I know I should get out. I know I should get out, but I can't. I can't. I'm just stuck here. And it sucks. How do you get out of that? Though I cannot get out of that situation until I forgive myself, until I start treating myself compassionately. Because here's the thing, right? I cannot be productive while resenting myself. I need to end the self resentment so that I can clear my mind and be in a good state to focus and be productive. If I'm resenting myself, that is completely fucking with my vibe, and I cannot focus, be productive, or do anything. If I'm resenting myself, I start identifying as a lazy person, and that keeps me in bed even more. To break free of that, I have to be compassionate to myself and say, hey, Travis, you know what? You've been really good about this. See what I was saying at the beginning of the video? Travis, you've been really good about procrastination lately. You've been doing such a good job, and you know what? This happens from time to time. You're not going to go the rest of your life and never procrastinate ever again. It's going to happen. So when it does, let's be really forgiving towards ourselves. You know? It's okay. You slip up sometimes. It's all right. But let's get back on it. And really let's also just accept this situation and come to terms with the situation. The fact is, here's the situation. I need to do this tonight. That's just the situation we're in. This is just what it is. So instead of being mad at that and spending all my energy just like resenting myself for putting myself in the situation, instead of spending all my energy on that, I'm just going to accept the situation and say, you know what? This is what is, and I accept what is. And now that puts me in a position to not be held back by those resenting angry, unsatisfied thoughts. Instead, I'm just like, okay, now I'm ready to focus. Okay, so that's the first thing that I have to do, is that self-compassion and just sort of accepting what is. I guess that's kind of two different things. The third thing is understanding momentum. In this bit, and I just kind of made a video on this recently, and I kind of made an example of, like, this is a train, okay? The train is going backwards. We want the train to go forward, but it's built all this momentum going backwards. It's going 80 miles per hour backwards. If we want to stop this train, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're gonna stop it. And then once we want to get it go forward again, it's gonna start slow, and then it's gonna start moving forward. If the train's moving backwards, we're not immediately about to go boom. Unrealistic. Not gonna happen. If we want this backwards moving train to start going forward, we need to be patient and be like, okay, one step at a time. Slow it down. Okay, now we're gonna start going, and now going, and then we're gonna build speed. And once the train starts building speed forward, it's hard to stop it. It's hard to get distracted because you've built all this momentum going forward. And the point I'm making is, like, being in bed is the train moving backwards, being stuck on the couch, stuck in bed, this whole, like, stuck thing that a lot of us get into, especially us with ADHD, you know? For me, and I have ADHD, to get unstuck, I have to really understand this is because of momentum. And once I stop setting this expectation that I need to instantly completely change the momentum, I start being able to handle this situation a lot more realistically. How do I do that? Instead of saying, I'm going to embark on this huge mission and this whole big daunting task, I'm going to complete it all right now. Instead of telling myself that, which is what I tend to do, because when I tell myself that, it keeps me in bed because that whole big thing seems so scary and daunting. Instead of telling myself that, I tell myself this. Let's just get up and have a glass of water. Let's just have a glass of water. That's it. Okay, you know what? Maybe I can do that. Sometimes it's really bad and I can't even do that. But it's been a while. I've been getting better. But you know what? I can get up and get a glass of water. I can do that. You know? And you know what really helps me too is I'm gonna be like, okay, while doing this, I'm gonna start playing some music. I hit shuffle on my playlist. So that kind of gets some energy flowing, right? Now I'm up out of bed and music is playing. That's a big change from being stuck in my bed just scrolling on my phone. Once I get some water, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start setting up my table a little bit. I'm gonna get I need a pillow for my back. I'm gonna get that situated, you know. And I start doing these little things, right? The point of what I'm saying here is little steps, little wins. Start building momentum just a little bit at a time. It's so much more manageable when the idea of get up and get a glass of water is so much easier than the idea of let's get up and do this whole thing that I've been procrastinating for so long, you know? So that's what I did. That's what I literally did. I went up and got water. I got my notes. Here's my water, okay? And then I got my pillow and I got myself situated. I had music playing too, so it started building the energy. And that process took like about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I hit record on the camera, and here I am now. My energy is completely different than it was when I was laying in bed. And all I had to do was get up, drink some fucking water, and kind of get my like desk situated. You know? I got that light set up too, you know? So it's just like these little things can really change the momentum. Okay? And then it goes from like, okay, because this whole video, right, is like, how do I get myself to do things when I don't feel like it? It's the key is getting myself to feel like it. It's not about like forcing myself to grind and I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Urgh. This creates so much unnecessary tension in the body. I cannot do my best work if I am tense like that. I need to be relaxed. I need to be accepting of the situation, compassionate towards myself, get myself in this vibe, get myself in this flow, and now I feel good. I feel happy. I'm happy to do my work. I'm actually excited to do my work, believe it or not. You know? That works way better for me than this whole grind culture. To me, this whole idea of like grind, just push through it, even when you don't feel like it. It's sort of dismissive of emotions. And I think it doesn't lead to your max potential of like how productive you can possibly be. Because for me, my as productive as I possibly can be, I cannot be that level of productive unless I am happy and relaxed and excited and passionate and I want to be there. So my channel will never really be about force and grind and grit. Instead, it's going to be about, no, we're going to get ourselves into a better state. And in that state, we feel like doing things and we're more productive, you know? And again, like when I was in bed, I didn't necessarily feel like getting up and grabbing a glass of water. I didn't necessarily feel like it, but it was just a small enough thing towards like, all right, you know what, I can do it. And with some music in the background, I can start kind of feeling a little better, you know? So yeah, the little steps, maybe I don't totally feel like it, but it's not like I'm gritting into doing this big, super hard task. It's just a little thing. I can just get up and just do it. It's not that big a deal. Like I can get myself to do that, and then I get into a flow. And now when it comes to doing the actual work, I'm actually happy now, and it's not in that grit mentality. Okay? So, anyways, one last thing that I kind of want to touch on here is like, while doing the work, one of the most important things to me is setting my environment up for success, right? Once I'm kind of in that flow, what do I now need to focus? I like to put on headphones, play some like lo-fi beats. I like to play some background instrumentals. It kind of gets my mind into a nice calm focus. I need to have water, drink a lot of water. It really helps my focus levels. Be in a good location where I can study well. Make sure I'm eating the right foods, or this is one of the big, most important ones, is eliminating distractions, right? My phone. So usually I'll just take my phone and put it upside down over here on my bed or back there or something. And I have the vibes in my headphones. So it's fine. I'm just connected. And what I do is something called the Pomodoro method. So basically this is, you can study for like, or do whatever your work is for like, my perfect number is 35 minutes, but some people go 45, some people go 25, whatever number is for you. I like to go for 35 minutes. And then once that timer ends, I'll set the timer on my phone. Once the timer ends, I get up, hit stop, set another timer for 5 minutes, and now I'm on a 5-minute break. And I go outside and walk, kind of clear my head. Now my mind, this is a method of keeping my mind in a good state to where I continue to feel like doing the work. Because if I'm like, I am not going to stop studying, I'm going to do it constantly and no breaks, I burn out and then I stop feeling like doing it because I'm so tired and exhausted from it. These little breaks, and in these breaks, I'm not scrolling on my phone, I'm getting out, walking outside usually, getting some fresh air, feeling some sun if the sun's out, you know, that really keeps my mind in the game, you know? And one thing too, because I did mention like little steps, in the Pomodoro method, you could do your first session, instead of a 35-minute thing, you can make it a 10-minute thing. Small little bites, right? 35 minutes might seem like a long time. Start with 10 minutes. Then once you've been focusing for 10 minutes, 90% of the time you're like, all right, you know what, I can keep going. And if you don't feel like you can keep going, that's fine. Pause, take your break, and then get back to it. And I guarantee that next session, you're going to be able to go for longer than 10 minutes. It's just figuring, this whole video here is about like figuring out how your brain personally works. I'm talking about my experience. It's about figuring out how my brain works and how I can get myself in a state where I feel like doing things more, you know? And to do that, I need to be very compassionate to myself. I need to accept the situation that I'm in, come to terms with it, no longer resent it, no longer resent myself, and understand that this is a momentum thing, and I need to take just like little steps at a time, and it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna get into a flow, you know? And then also just kind of setting up my environment well, and a good place for me to be able to focus. You know, and I feel like a lot of the stuff that I just talked about, I've talked about in other videos, so I apologize if this was a little repetitive, but this was just such a relevant topic to literally what I'm about to do right now. So literally after unrecording this video, I'm about to go work on my shit. So I felt like this was good to talk about. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. The channel's been growing a lot lately, and I really appreciate you guys. This is something that I've wanted to do for so long in my life. Like, I just want to share my journey. I want to share the things that have helped me grow as a person, to be more happy, more productive, have better well-being, just like letting go of all like anxiety and depression and the shit that's just holding me back from being like my most fulfilled version of myself. Like, I just want to share that. I just want to put it out there in the world, and it's so awesome that people actually kind of care about it. So I love you, and thank you. If you want to support the channel, please drop a like or drop a comment. The comments really help boost the videos out and push the video out to more people. So I really appreciate you, and yeah, and make sure to subscribe as well.